I've been eager to talk to this man. I've always enjoyed seeing his press conferences when he was with the San Francisco 49ers. That's now in the past tense because he's now the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Joining us here on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line on the Rich Eisen Show, Mike McDaniel. How are you, Coach, sir?
Dude, so fired up.
I appreciate
so fired up. I love the show. I love.
Thank you.
I love watching guys sprint in suits.
Thank you, sir.
Every combine. I just love everything you guys are about.
I appreciate you saying that. What do you think of my run and speed? Then do you think? I guess I put the Waddle in it. You have the actual one, but the real one, right? I got the Waddle in the run. What are your thoughts on it, Mike McDaniel?
No, I think you give inspiration to millions of unathletic, out of shape men
yes,
across
sir.
the country.
You know what? I appreciate that assessment, that honest assessment. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
In all seriousness, you've done such a great job for such a long time. So
thank you.
I'm humbled to be here.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and congratulations on your new gig and what you have done to get it. I just want to jump in real quick here first about your journey. So you started as an intern, right, in 2005 for the Broncos with Mike Shanahan. How did you first get hooked up with Mike Shanahan? Because obviously that started a journey that led to, I guess, this phone call in a way.
Well, yeah, the journey to this phone call, as we'll call it, that was an even longer story. But there's a whole story about me, basically, becoming a ball boy for the Broncos. My mom met my eventual stepdad, who's a video guy, and that got to me being in college, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my career. Checking out some iBanking stuff, seeing that I wouldn't be good at that because cashing for numbers was not my gig. So then reaching out to Mike Shanahan to try to get a letter of recommendation was, hey, can you write a letter of recommendation? I'm trying to get a GA job because I knew football was my passion. Well, he appreciated my work as a ball boy. I wasn't a coach's kid, so I definitely worked harder, or I was just sprinting everywhere, sweating, doing anything and everything because I was just so appreciative. I was a fan, so it was a surreal experience for me. Anyway, so he says, "All right, I'll do you one better. I'll give you a summer internship." Well, that summer internship was kind of fake. It was made up. It was just you can come and hang out for the summer and see what coaches do. I kind of pinpointed that there was a lot of stuff going on that coaches didn't really want to do, and they weren't paying me. So I was like, you know what? If I do a bunch of odd jobs by the time and do them well that no one else wants to do, by the time the season roll around, no one will want to get rid of me because they won't want to do these terrible jobs. And sure enough, that's what happened. We went to the AFC Championship game. Gary Kubiak got the head job with the Houston Texans, and I got a full-paid job.
And that's how your coaching career began, and then eventually, obviously back with Shanahan in D.C., and then Quinn in Atlanta, and then eventually with Kyle in San Francisco. When did you realize offense or running and the game on that side of the ball was your area of expertise? When did that hit you, Mike McDaniel?
Well, Rich, that's a great question.
Thank you.
You know why? Because it was Washington Redskins, and I can pinpoint it. It was Washington Redskins 2011, where I just got hired back. I'd spent 2 years away from Kyle, and I got hired back to the Redskins. Last time I was with him, I was his understudy, and I was kind of the young quote smart coach or whatever. Then went to the UFL. Then like the first 2 days on the job, I got hired February 15th, 2011, and they were already starting what we call cut-ups in the off season, where you're just watching all of your all of your pass plays by concept in a staff room with your entire offensive staff. And those first 2 days were locked up in that room, and outflanking Kyle was Matt LaFleur and Sean McVay. And they were just, I mean, let's be honest, I couldn't get a word in edgewise. They had all the answers, and I was like, what is this? I'm supposed to be the guy that, the young coach, and here these guys were. It was a pretty intimidating process. So that happened for about 2 weeks, and then we started on the run game. And the entire time, we're going through, half the portion of cut-ups. Kyle's only talking to Chris Furster. And I'm like, wow, well, I know one thing that they're not talking during, and that's the run cut-ups. Maybe if I go get with, maybe I can ask Kyle to be in the offensive line room. And if I know that angle, I can have some added value there. So it was like a survival or competitiveness or whatever. And their esteem that kind of pushed me in that direction. And, then I ended up being in the line room for 2 years and became the receiver coach. But then once we got fired from the Redskins and went to Cleveland, I was the only guy that Kyle took. So I coached the receivers, but then also did the run game and ended up doing the run game for Kyle from 2014 on.
And obviously then you start incorporating receivers in the run game that we just saw. So
full circle.
So I guess the question I have for you is what we have seen in the last several years in San Francisco from that run game, from that offense in general, something that you think that, well, I know Dolphins fans are extremely excited about the idea that you can take that template and put it on the current personnel in Miami, Mike McDaniel?
Well, I think that's one thing that I'm empowered with, is that the template is that there's no template. I think one of the keys for one of the assets that I provide, or the situations and atmospheres that I've been in, and my experience lends me to, is that you're always adapting to your players and what their specific skill sets are. So, with the Miami Dolphins, we're going to be whatever our talents provide us to. There'll be there's things you learn every year, but and it'll definitely look similar to what I was a part of back in San Francisco, but there'll be different twists. And Deebo Samuel didn't run the ball from the backfield until week 10 of 2021 season.
Right.
So that it's the constant advent, the adaptation, the evolution that I think is a part of my DNA as a coach, that I'm excited to get with these new guys. You just want to you want to teach them a foundation of offense, and then you don't want to have blinders on. You just want it to take its course, whatever direction their skills fit, and then that's as exciting of a process as one could be in as a coach, really.
So Deebo is clearly, a unicorn, you could even say. I mean, he's unique, special. Is Waddle? Can you put Waddle in that role, do you think, and run him like that?
I think you can put Waddle in his own role, and he is very special. I think there's only a handful of guys in the league currently that can run as fast as he can, and then even less that are able to do so while carrying a football. So there's a lot to be excited, and I think there's elements probably that you get that people will attest. Oh yeah, that's a similar thing that was done with Deebo Samuel last year. But there'll also be an expansive thing to fit his skill set. It's all about letting players make plays with their skill set. He is, he's got some unique talents for sure that, like Deebo, are unique to himself.
Mike McDaniel, head coach of the Miami Dolphins, here on the Rich Eisen Show. What are Tua's skill sets What do you see when you look at Tua Tagovailoa?
His skill sets, other than your ability to pronounce his last name.
Yes, sir. By the way, I'm showing off. I'm not going to lie. So many people in my business botch it like crazy. Yeah.
I'm excited about, first of all, having, just talking to him and getting to know him in this stage of the calendar year. I'm really excited about the eagerness and his uncharted or untapped potential in that regard. But on tape, when I just watch him play, he's one of the more accurate quarterbacks that I've been able to study, and that's super exciting. You don't get the opportunity to really even study that many left-handed quarterbacks when it all comes down to it. But he really spins it and makes it just his ball placement, his he'll stand in the pocket. He's not scared of anything that a really good quarterback has to be not scared of. So I'm just excited about being a part of his journey because I think there's a lot of growth there, and the biggest thing is he's willing. He's really willing to do it, and is hungry. And there's a lot of pressure put on the shoulders of a top 10 quarterback draft pick, and my job is to really take that pressure off his shoulders, put him in situations that he can be successful, and let him accurately throw to whatever eligibles are around him and compete and go win football games.
Well, and again, I know it's not your team anymore, but with you here, I figured I'll take this swing in the few minutes I have left with you, Mike McDaniel. Do you think Trey Lance is ready to be a starting quarterback in the NFL? You saw what was going on behind the scenes. You saw maybe when he did get more reps. I spoke to him right before the Super Bowl. He said he grew as a quarterback more in the weeks when he got the reps because he was starting. What are your thoughts on that subject matter, Mike McDaniel?
Talking about the San Francisco 49ers and the Trey Lance.
Yes, sir.
Not in the building anymore there, Rich. But my time with him,
yes,
it was exciting. My time with him, you talk about a dude that was willing and able and, wanting to be great, that he himself knew that there was a lot of stuff to work on. He had just been on a freaking long circuit of you gotta remember these draft picks when they come out, especially ones that most of the season gets canceled. You're just preparing for a pro day nonstop for like a calendar year, and then after you do your pro day, you're doing more workouts. Then you get drafted and you jump into football. So it's a grind for them. I'm not sure my time in San Francisco I wouldn't even know what to say in terms of that judgment of it. You started football games and won football games last year, so if the 49ers choose to have him as their starting quarterback, I'm confident that's with good reason, knowing Kyle and John Lynch. And if not, it doesn't really mean anything, and that he's going to keep working. And I have no doubt that the picture and the product that I was around was not the final product. So for me to sit here and say he's going to be X, Y, or Z would be uninformed. And that's not why you had me on the show.
I also knew, Coach, that you're not with the Niners anymore because you scrubbed them from your Instagram account. You totally scrubbed it from your Instagram page. So I saw that. I noticed that.
Well, let's be fair.
Yes.
I'm not sure what you saw because I've never had an Instagram account.
That's the wrong one. It didn't have the check mark. Wow. That's you know what? That's my bad.
No, I've never had one because my wife made sure I wasn't on social media before Instagram came out.
Okay.
That was a Facebook L that I took back in 2011. So I haven't been on any social media really.
A Facebook ever. L. Smart. Fantastic. And I think you have untapped potential, Coach, and And I'm just going to lay it out there for you. I've had a dream with NFL Network, being with the NFL for 18 years. It has never been accomplished, and I think you might be the guy to do it. I've seen your press conference game. It is strong. It is very, very strong. However, you might want to, just for your own sense, you might want to mix in some coaching cliches. I have my favorite 3 coaching cliches, and I've never had a coach complete the triple play within one single press conference, and I think you can do it if I give them to you. All right?
So what's this game we're playing? Outline it for me.
So I give you, these are my 3 favorite coaching cliches. I'd love to see a press conference where you nail all 3 of them within one press conference, if I give them to you. And see if you can pull it off.
What if I...
What do you think?
Can we double down, and what if I can pull it off in my next press conference in Indianapolis?
This is exactly what we're talking about. Yes, sir. So
right.
Ready for them? Here you go. This one, this is number 1. I don't have a crystal ball, guys. Okay, like that's what you say. I don't have a crystal ball. It's easy. It's whenever somebody asks you to predict the future. Like, for instance, how aggressive are you going to be in free agency? Then you say what?
Well,
you see.
I mean, I don't have a crystal ball,
right?
But as aggressive as what's best for the organization.
Very good. That's a good one. Very good. Okay.
Good start.
Here's another one. It's as simple. You're going to nail this. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is, ladies. It is what it is, folks. However you want to just throw it out there. It is what it is. That's another one.
Okay.
And then the third one is, I can only control what I can control. You control only what you can control. That sort of thing. And then this is also portable because this is not for the combine. It's for later on. If you ever have a holdout, you can substitute. You can control only what you can control with. I'm only talking about the guys that are here. That's it. I'm only talking about the guys here.
Well, I'm gonna triple down and say, what if I can do that all in the same statement in my Indy press conference this week?
Yes, Mike McDaniel,
instant legend.
Yes, please. That's all I have to say is yes, please. That would be incredible.
All right. Well, at least I know you'll be listening.
Oh yes, sir. I will be in there. I'm going. It's the least well-rounded event. Well, I think the draft is the least well-rounded event of the NFL calendar. I'll be there. I got nothing to do but listen to you just stick the land. This would be like the triple Lindy of coaching. Okay. Like you would just flip around and nail the whole thing. It would be great. So you think you can do this? I know you can. How's that?
Yeah, and then my only request is when I do it.
Yes.
Mid press conference.
Yes.
Can we? I want to sprint up to the stage, high five.
Well, I don't know if I'm physically going to be there. You know what I mean? Like,
no, Rich,
I'm there
you'll be there.
No, I'm there in
you
spirit.
You make sure you're there.
Know. Do you know when your press conference is for the combine? Do you know yet?
I believe it's Wednesday, whatever time zone that is.
Okay, I'm there. I'm in town. I'm going to be there.
Central.
Book it. I will be there. And yes, nail it. I will. That would be a great time to personally meet you face to face, right in the middle of your press conference.
The trifecta on command. Okay, one statement. So I'm raising you all the. So, all right.
Yes, Coach Mike McDaniel.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, I'll see you Wednesday. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it, and congrats on the gig.
Thanks for the time, guys.
You bet. Thank you. Right back at you. Same here. Mike McDaniel, the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.